Hey everyone, Eric here. I am the host of the Unseen Paranormal Podcast. Join me for a new episode every Wednesday as I delve into the unseen world with historians, authors, researchers, and investigators as we try to understand and make sense of the paranormal. You can listen to past and future episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, or at unseenparanormalpodcast.com. Please like the show on Facebook and share with your friends. And remember, some of the scariest things are unseen.
Everyone, welcome back to Southern Ghost Stories. I'm your host Chelsea, along with Alan.
Hey there.
We were going to originally drop the Gardner Pingree House episode, but with the craziness of the season, we got a little behind. We hope y'all have been enjoying this holiday season with your family, and even though it's a few days after Christmas, we still wanted to drop a special Christmas episode. Today, we're going to talk about Abraham Lincoln's Christmas present in 1864, Madison Square in Savannah, Georgia. Alan, go ahead and tell us a little about it.
After taking Atlanta from the rebels in July 1864, General William Techumseh Sherman was faced with a decision. He could turn back north to fight General John Bell Hood's Army of Tennessee, or head south to Savannah, which was one of the largest ports in the country, and it just happened to belong to the Confederacy. Sherman infamously chose to march his 60,000 men 285 miles south to make Georgia howl. By burning and pillaging houses, crops, and farms of Confederate supporters, Sherman wanted to bring war to their front door to destroy morale and take the fight out of the Confederacy. His strategy had been debated for years. Ultimately, it did just as he had hoped. Once people saw how violent the war was, they didn't want any part of it. Sherman reached the outskirts of Savannah in early December to find it guarded by 10,000 Confederate soldiers led by William Hardee. Sherman sent Hardee a message explaining that he had control of the roads to the north of town and demanded the city be surrendered. Should Hardee not surrender Savannah, Sherman vowed to use the harshest measures and promised not to restrain his men as he burned Savannah to the ground. After not hearing back from Hardee, Sherman and his men marched into Savannah on the 21st to find the city unguarded. Knowing they were outnumbered, the 10,000 rebels defending the town fled the night before. Sherman met with Richard Dennis Arnold, the mayor of Savannah. Sherman was given the key to the city and promised there would be no problems for his men now they were occupying the town.
Sherman made his headquarters at the posh Green Meldrum House in Madison Square and made himself at home after a long march from Atlanta. On the west side of the square, across Bull Street, is St. John's Episcopal Church. Local legend has it that Sherman and his troops were camping out in the area. Women in the congregation rang the church bells throughout the night to keep them from getting any sleep. Sherman was stubborn as always. Undeterred, the legendary general had the bells removed. However, a lot of this could be legend that was handed down over the years. It is far more likely that Sherman had the bells removed so that they could be melted down and made into ammunition and cannons for ongoing war. Having captured the largest port in the South, the following day, Sherman was feeling festive. It was Christmas time after all. The man who made Georgia howl sent the following telegraph to President Abraham Lincoln.
I beg to present you as a Christmas gift the city of Savannah, with 150 heavy guns and plenty of ammunition and about 25,000 bales of cotton.
The day after Christmas, Lincoln responded and sent Sherman a telegraph thanking him for the gesture and told him to congratulate his men on the president's behalf. Madison Square, where Sherman sent his telegraph, was named after the fourth president of the United States, James Madison. It was designed in 1837 and laid out in 1839. A statue of Sergeant Williams Jasper stands in the middle of the square. Jasper died in the Siege of Savannah, which was considered to be one of the bloodiest battles of the American Revolution.
Like a lot of places in Savannah, Madison Square is believed to be extremely, extremely haunted. And it's said that a lot of the paranormal activity stems from the mass grave that the square is built right on top of. Almost 300 men lost their lives on the same day as William Jasper, and a lot of them were buried there by British soldiers after the siege of Savannah. Dark shadows have been seen darting around the square late at night. Apparitions of soldiers have also been spotted around the statue of William Jasper, as well as the basement of the Sorrel Wheat House across West Harris Street. If you've ever been to Savannah, you know all about the Sorrel Wheat House that's on the north side of the square. It was actually one of the very first podcasts we did. If you have a few minutes, go back into the archives and check that one out. When Chelsea and I visited the house one afternoon, my phone did something it's never done before. We were in the carriage house. This is where Molly lived. She was a slave that Francis Sorrel had supposedly been having an affair with. Well, eventually his wife found out, and she jumped to her death in the courtyard. An enraged Francis then went into the carriage house and killed his former lover. Since then, the home is said to be haunted by Molly. The carriage house is believed to be where her spirit still resides. So when we took a tour, Chelsea and I went upstairs in the carriage house. I pulled out my phone and I tried to get Molly to communicate with us. But as I was talking, my phone locked up. I was trying to shoot a video, so instead of getting a video, all I got were slanted squiggly lines. It was really, really odd. That had never happened before, and it's never happened since. I also had an EMF meter go nuts in the basement in the house later that evening. And as quickly as it went to red, it died and didn't light up anymore after that. I was told that people who investigate in that part of the basement where I had had my issue, they get a lot of readings on their EMF meters just like I did.
Weird things happen in that house all the time. In fact, the Sorrel Wheat House is infamous for hauntings, and we actually go into a lot of detail on the house and its dark past in our first book, Southern Ghost Stories: Historical Hauntings, which is available on Amazon. Madison Square is a hotbed for ghosts and apparitions. When you combine the dead from the Revolutionary War and the tragedy at the Sorrel Wheat House, you've got a good chance of experiencing something if you're looking to interact with a spirit. Savannah is such a wonderful place to visit and do a little ghost hunting. It's one of our favorite places to go. Well, we hope you enjoyed our episode on Madison Square. Please check out our website, southernghoststories.com, which features our books and our ghost map apps. Also, feel free to leave a comment or send us a message on our Facebook or Instagram accounts. Let us know about any creepy experiences you may have had. And feel free to give us some ideas on new locations you'd like to hear about on future shows. Now, we're going to try and get back on a regular weekly schedule as soon as the holidays are over, so please bear with us.
And those books Chelsea mentioned are Southern Ghost Stories: Historical Hauntings, Haunted Hotels, Ghost of Gallatin, and our latest, Murfreesboro: Spirits of Stones River. Be sure to subscribe and leave a 5-star review. Those reviews are quite helpful, and we appreciate everyone who's taken a few minutes to do it for us. Please check back with us next time as we head back to Salem, Massachusetts to talk about the Garner Pingree House. I know I said that last time, but this time I mean it. I think.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Southern Ghost Stories. I'm your host Chelsea along with Alan.
Hey there.
We were going to originally drop the Gardner Pingree, what is that?
Pingree.
The man who made Georgia howl sent the following telegraph to President Abraham Lincoln.
I beg to present you as a Christmas gift the city of Savannah, with 150 heavy guns and plenty of ammunition and about 25,000 bales of cotton.
You could do any voice, and that's what you chose.
I don't know. Sherman was from...
I beg to present you a Christmas gift, the city of Savannah.
I don't think Sherman talked that way.
Well, I don't think he talks the way you talk.
Well, he probably doesn't talk the way I talk, but he doesn't talk like somebody in a Christmas movie.
That is exactly what a Christmas movie would sound like. Okay. The day after Christmas, Lincoln responded and sent Sherman a telegraph thanking him for the gesture, thanking him for his wonderful accent. Okay.
Yes, because you could tell an accent by a telegraph.
Now you can get more information on the Sorrel Wheat House in one of our previous podcasts.
I've already said that.
Oh, you did?
If you weren't playing on your phone, you would...
Oops.
Why does Santa Claus never go to the hospital?
Let me think about it.
It's not a riddle, it's a joke.
Well, let me think about it. Let me try and answer it. I don't know.
He has private elf care.
Okay.
No, you don't go, okay. You laugh.
Well, make it funny next time, please.